Good afternoon, this is Mark at the Wicked Edge Expert Corner Group, and we're finishing up on this knife with 2200 grit Wicked Edge diamond stones, and we just checked the angle at 15 degrees, and again back and forth, up and down scrubbing to refine and set that 15-degree bevel. Remove any scratches we can from the previous 1500 grit to smooth it out before we finish with our alternating side edge leading strokes. And that was single-sided scrubbing. And we're looking prettier and prettier as we go. And I've been looking and forgetting to snap pictures. That is a very pretty lined up, sharpened bevel coming out to the tip. And the little boo-boo on the tip is barely noticeable. Then I will come to the other side and do single-sided scrubbing. Now I'm just scrubbing to flatten and refine, to polish that scratch pattern, and if it draws a burr, so be it. You can see the black dust rolling over. That's as I scrubbed the previous bevel, the flat plane of the bevel that we scratched at 1500. Now I'm scrubbing over 2200. So I'm flattening it and making that little bit of fuzz of steel as I refine that edge and in turn the apex. One side, then the other side, and that will draw a burr, and it did. And you can barely see the white line. I didn't wipe it, so it's hard to make it out. But there's a little something that you can see on the arrow now, because I scrubbed it pretty good. It's 2200 grit, so it's very small, but it's there. And I am going to scrub again just because I can. I'm here. It only takes a second longer. This is my final grit. And I concentrate just on the full flat scrubbing. And it makes for a beautiful polished bevel. Let me see if I can find that dent. Here it is. That's what's left of it. A little bit right there where the arrow is. That's all that's left of that crater we started with. So we'll leave it at that. So that is with our single side scrubbing. Now we're going to very gently, now I am looking to remove any burr and put a refining scratch on there for appearance. And then after I've got everything looking good, then I may go back and add a little bias. Right now I'm doing everything in line. I haven't decided yet. I may just finish it like this so that it all lines up nice. Okay, let's give this a quick. And as you can see, it's getting darker. That's because it's polished and it becomes more mirror-like with that second reflection behind it that you see down into it. Looks beautiful. No burr. Tip looks good. It looks a little rounded. It's not got a sharp pronouncement to it, but we're also looking at it very close up. So at a distance it would be more sharp looking. And that is the burr on the backside. The bevel, excuse me. I mixed burr and bevel too many times, I'm sorry. This is the bevel on the backside, all lined up. You can see a little bit of toothiness on the knife edge, and that's a good thing. That's part of the character from the edge leading. But it looks very pretty, and it's the type of edge that you'll cut yourself bumping against it if you're not careful. So that is 2200. Now I'm going to wipe it real good. I'm going to call this quits for sharpened. I'm going to wipe it real good and then do a 4-2 strop. Now some of you may wonder why 4-2 strop if I use the 4-2 strop following the 600 grit on the practice knife. Well, that's just my go-to. The stropping is a separate entity from sharpening, and unless I'm using the stropping grit progression in an intentional polishing plan, then I just do a quick strop, either 3.5 with the paste or 4-2. You can even go coarser. The point is, if there's any snaggle tooths on the apex, it'll knock them down, and any kind of burr remaining, that it should knock it down. I'm not gonna, I do have to try to go to 13 degrees. I'm going to strop at 15 degrees. That's what I normally strop at. I know the recommendation is to go to 2 degrees more acute. I am not a beginner. I know through years of experience that I am able to strop comfortably at the sharpening angle I used without rounding my edge. And I'm not going to go to a 2-degree more acute setting to make a point. The real point is that when you learn how to strop, then you will learn what kind of stropping pressure and what kind of angle setback you need to be using for your stropping. I played with it and I kept playing with it and looking at it until I found that I could indeed strop at the same angle and save myself a step. That black ink, that black Sharpie permanent sure stays on. That's the Sharpie Professional series. That really stays on. I don't like it for marking bevels. Ooh. Because the ink isn't coming off as easy with this alcohol as other Sharpie inks do. Note to self. Okay. Now we look clean. Same thing here. Before I forget, have to go here, come down here, change this from 2200 diamond to say 4, capital S, small t. Capital S, small t. Apply. And if it goes to the file and you can see your light, then you know your pre-setup of your hierarchy was fine. So we're ready to strop and photograph. And whether I start back here or there, it's always the same. And I'm up and off, straight up and off. Avoid the skip sound. Whatever pressure you feel comfortable with working with. And it looks good. It's blackening. Flattening out. You can see here how it gets like matted looking, matte finish looking when you strop. But the top looks good. And go out to the tip. And the tip looks good. It's a sharp knife. That's all. I'm not stropping really for any polishing purpose. For aesthetics, I'm sharpening for the polish on the edge. To remove the extreme toothiness. And I did wipe that. I'm working, as you see, with no upper stone stops. I'm going up and off, straight up and off. It's silent. You don't hear any skipping over the edge. And before I forget, it's a quick process and a lot of steps. But if you want to be able to benefit to ST apply, and again, if I can see the light flash. Takes a little practice in the organization skills, and I get scattered for me to keep up with it as fast as I'm going. And this is the stropped 2, and it's getting darker. Now you can see fine scratches on top, but underneath it, it's like a dark forest below all those little fine scratches that are right now being evident. But it's very sharp, very aligned. And we're going to follow up real quick with the best test. It's really sharp. Here's just this little thin strip right down the center. So I'm going to dismount this knife, call it quits on the sharpening, and we are going to step over and do a quick best test on it. And that's Brubaker Edge Sharpness Scale. And what is the edge sharpness scale? It is some way that he correlated the breaking point of that filament under the edge push pressure with razor blades and things like that, which were very fine, very thin, very fine edges. And he compared that weight of push pressure it took to cut that filament, and I guess mathematically made a scale and electronic computations that put it all together, because I have used it with a weight, putting a weight right on there, and it read 25 gram, 50 gram, 75, 100. So it is calibrated as it says. I'm going to stop here.